This election is not about Christine Gregoire. It's not about me. It's not about the '04 election. What this is about is changing the culture and direction of state government for a generation. That's what this is about.
So the real issue, I think, in this election, at the presidential level and at the governor's level, is really looking for the candidate who shares our values, shares the values of the working men and women of the state of Washington and this nation, shares our values that we respect everyone and we make sure that everyone gets an opportunity to succeed.
Somebody who's been in state government for 40 years now, never had a private sector job in her adult life. That doesn't make you evil, it doesn't make you bad, it just gives you a very narrow, Olympia-centric view of the world. I come from the commercial real estate business. I come from a world of 100% commission. Yeah, I'll be the first governor in my lifetime that comes from a small business background that's actually signed the front side of a paycheck.
We're the #1 state for startups. Forbes magazine has now ranked us the 3rd best state in the country in which to do business. Fortune has ranked us the 5th if you're a small business. And one of the reasons Forbes ranks us so high is because we're ranked #2 in the country for skilled workforce and the promise of a skilled workforce for tomorrow.
Right now we have one of the highest small business failure rates in America. One of the highest small business failure rates in America. So someone has maybe a product or a service they think someone else wants, and they risk their family's entire financial future to chase this dream.
There's this criticism that because we've spent money on education, spent money on public safety, and spent money on health care, that somehow an economic downturn in our state is all my fault.
We've heard the ads.
It has, yes. The ad says we're in a deficit. Not true. We are one of the very few states in America that have a surplus. We have money in the bank.
You know, my mom grew up in Klawock, Alaska, and she was married and had 5 children. She had a very difficult marriage in Klawock and ended up leaving Klawock with those 5 kids and ended up in the Holly Park projects in Seattle. The naysayers came out and said, you know, you're not getting out of these projects. Your 5 kids aren't getting out of these projects. You're here for the duration, just like the rest of us. My mom, not one to listen to naysayers. She got a job as a waitress at the Green Apple Pie restaurant in Seattle and went to Mary Stone Beauty School during the day, became a beautician. She worked really hard, really hard.
I grew up the daughter of a single mom, a short order cook. We lived paycheck to paycheck, and sometimes there was no check. I saw troubled times as a kid. I always had love. I always had my mom. I knew what the right values were.
Because I don't want anybody to tell me that their vote doesn't count. Don't let your aunt tell you your vote doesn't count. They need to know this information, that the system is getting cleaned up. Is it perfect? No system will ever be perfect. Is it better than it was? You bet it's better than it was. Or I wouldn't do this again. There's no way I'd do this again. And so, you know, look, folks, I am the poster boy for every vote counts, aren't I?
There's no governor in America who understands better than I do every vote counts.